Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Talking Bits, the show where I take you behind the scenes of SchloerBITS and share with you all of my DIY video production and content creation tips and tricks. Today, I want to share with you 5 great reasons for why actors especially need to be creating their own content. Number 1, feed your creative soul. So, you're an actor, you're a creative person, you need to be doing things that are creative because otherwise you're going to feel kind of like crap. Because going to auditions every day or a couple of times a week or a couple of times a month or whatever it is that you're doing, like there's a lot of stuff where you're not able to be creative. You're at the whim of other people and it's just not all that much fun. And it's just like the nitty gritty side of the business and the stuff that you have to do. And that's great. And you should definitely do that. But you're not really getting to be creative. You're not really getting to do the things that you want to do. And so by creating your own content, you actually are going to get to be creative. You're going to get to feed your creative soul. You're going to keep that part of you happy and excited and alive. The part of you that was the whole reason you started this crazy career in the first place. So if you don't keep that nourished and healthy, you're not going to want to do this for very long. You're going to burn out and you're going to want to give it all up. So keep your creative soul nourished, and creating your own content is a great way to do that. Number 2, practice and experience. So every time I work on a SchloerBIT, I get practice being in front of the camera. I'm getting practice being in front of the camera right now, filming an episode of Talking Bits. I'm getting more comfortable being in front of the camera. There's nobody else here. There's no one around. There's no one to judge me. The stakes are really low. But I'm getting the experience of being in front of the camera. And so that then when the stakes are high and there are 50 people back there, you're more equipped to deal with that because you're used to being on camera. You're just comfortable with it. I remember when I did my episode of Criminal Minds. It was one of the first things I shot. And I had done one of the first big professional things that I shot aside from commercials. And I was kind of nervous because it was a lot. But I got to set and I remembered that I had been on a number of student film sets and done a number of student film projects. And I looked around and I was like, oh, this is kind of exactly like being on a student film set, except that there's a lot more people and everybody's getting paid. But it's exactly the same otherwise. So I had that experience and I knew kind of what I was getting into. It made me feel so much more comfortable when I was on the set of a project where I was getting paid a lot of money to do what I wanted when the stakes were really high. It made it much more comfortable for me because I'd already had the experience from before. So do your own projects, create your own content to help yourself get that experience. So that then when you are into somebody else's project and they're paying you a lot of money, you're ready to do it. And it's great. Number 3, footage. Yes, if you create your own projects, chances are, hopefully, if you do it well and you put a little bit of effort into the production quality and process and everything, you will get quality footage for a reel. I have SchloerBITS on my comedy reel. And I have a ton of footage on my website of various SchloerBITS. I have all of the SchloerBITS now on their own website, which is a part of my website. And I have maybe YouTube channel. I have all of these episodes of Talking Bits. I have a lot of footage on me. So yeah, anyone can go and look at that and get a really good sense of me and what I bring to the table. Make your own projects so that you can get some footage for yourself. Number 4, you can gain an understanding of the entire production process. Basically, now when I go into audition, I don't worry about the outcome other than did I do my work to the best of my ability on that day. You gain an understanding of the entire production process and you realize that it's not just about you as an actor and that the things that you do in your audition, it's not about being the best actor in an audition. It's about doing what you can, doing your work and bringing your best work to the table on that day and seeing if that's right for the production as a whole. And if you're working on your own projects, you're going to realize that it's not just about the acting. Yeah, the acting is important, but there's all these other different pieces. And so, this actor may be great and may be fantastic and you may absolutely love them, but they don't quite fit into your production. And so you're going to go with this other actor who is also really good. But that doesn't mean that the first actor is horrible or anything. No, not at all. It just means that this is the person who more fits with your project. And you're gonna realize that kind of stuff when you're working on your own project, when you're creating your own content. Number 5, it gives you something to talk about in your updates and at networking events and things like that. So, if you're like me and you send postcards to casting directors or to directors that you've worked with or anything like that, if you have your own project that you're working on, you can talk about that. I talk about SchloerBITS a lot when I send updates to various industry people. It's a way to show people that you are a working actor. So yeah, those are my 5 great reasons for why you as an actor should be creating your own content. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to send me your questions about SchloerBITS and DIY video production and content creation. Send those over to schloerbits@gmail.com and I will be sure to answer them. And be sure to tune in every Tuesday for a new episode of Talking Bits and every Saturday for a new episode of SchloerBITS. Thanks, guys. Bye!